I picked up some aluminum, whatever you call these, guideposts, bunk posts, people call them all kinds of stuff. They didn't come with mounting brackets. I crossed a couple Tractor Supply U-bolts. I'm not super happy with it. They're still a little wiggly, but they come so close to meeting in the middle that I think I'll just run a short piece of aluminum or something between them and use pop rivets or something to join them together. That'll make them super strong. But the reason I was making this video today, this 2-inch PVC pipe is like the standard for these boat trailers, and they normally come with a plastic cap on the top like this. So you'll see them, they'll look like this. And I just wanted the guideposts because I load a lot in rivers. I will be loading a lot in rivers around here. There's not a ton of lakes with boat ramps. So I'll be loading by myself with a current. So I wanted the guideposts to help pull it on, but at night, there's no way to see. So I made these Hammerhead lights, which I don't think I've seen anybody else do. There's a couple companies that sell a kit to mount an oval light this way. And then I saw one company has like an orange LED light that faces up. But I just thought for lighting up the whole trailer, like up towards the winch and towards the back at night, that a forward and a rear facing light would be nice. I think they'll look nice. So all it is, so since this is 2-inch PVC, I'm just going to show you on this one because I have it down here. You go to Lowe's or Home Depot and they sell these tees, and these will fit right snug over the top of a piece of 2-inch PVC pipe. And then you can get these. They're not 2-inch. So because 2-inch pipe fits inside these, this is actually bigger than 2-inch. And then these lights say they take like a 2 3/8-inch hole, I believe. So these lights are, you can buy these at Tractor Supply, Harbor Freight, eBay, Amazon, almost anywhere. It's like a standard marker light for a trailer. And I have wired them together with solder and heat shrink to a single piece of trailer wiring. And then you can see this one's installed. So they're wired together inside. If you trim the, these have little grips inside of this. And you can see where I trim that with a knife. So it'll just barely fit inside. And you can use some adhesive if you want. But if you take your time and trim and check the fit and trim a little more, they get really tight. And so I don't think you'll need adhesive. This one here I'll probably put a dab of glue on because it seems like it wants to pop out. But no big deal. You just put a little dab of weather strip adhesive on them, something that works with rubber. So then I ran that down through the PVC, through the aluminum support, and I drilled I think this is an 1 1/8 hole. I used a hole saw and just pushed the wire down. It came out right there. And then I teed into the existing wiring with, I didn't have any more solder, so I ended up using these heat shrink crimp connectors. I was making connectors, and these are decent. These ones have tinned copper inside of them, and then they use heat shrink on either side. It's not as good as soldering, but it's about as good as a crimp connector will get. But I can't find my solder. It's what I had. So I teed in, heat shrunk those, and slipped some heat shrink tubing over it. And that's where I teed into my wiring. So it's nice and clean. There's like no exposed wires. And that hole's on the back side. So these tubes will remain open. So there's not going to be any drainage issues because of this. So I'm not worried about that. But here's one that I haven't done yet. And this one is going to get that other one in there. I did not cut that very straight. But it doesn't matter because the T is going to take up most of that difference. And I'm not planning on permanently securing these because that way you can pull them out to access the wiring and stuff. But the only thing I have noticed is, like this one here, these PVC tubes can still shake a little bit on the pole, so that might wobble. I don't think I'm very worried about that right now because that's not going to move. It's actually, it wobbles that little bit, but that's about it. And if that becomes an issue, I can either put a dab of silicone or something. I can slide it up, put a dab of silicone on it there, and then slam it back down. Or I could just drill a little screw into the bottom. This is aluminum, so you can drill it and drill holes in it and stuff. It's not going to like expose it to corrosion like galvanized steel would for these frame rails. Anyway, I'm going to try and keep this video quick. I just wanted to show you guys the Hammerhead lights. This is a cool mod you can do to your trailer to get light front and rear. And I'll end this with a video of them lit up at night so you can see what they look like. Like, share, subscribe. See you guys on the next one. All right, here's the nighttime shot of the boat. Just showing what the Hammerhead lights look like. They look pretty cool. They're really bright. They do cast a lot of light backwards. And then the amber lights shine forward. They help light up like your jack and your winch area and everything else. So I think that's definitely a worthwhile update. I didn't wire them into my brake lights or anything. These are single wire lights. So they have a ground and one single positive wire. So I couldn't wire in like to have them parking and brake. So I just thought it'd be better for lighting everything up if they're wired into the parking lights. And I did, I wire all my trailers with a separate ground wire for all the lights. So when you buy these light kits, they have a ring terminal on your ground, and they basically have it set up. They think you're just going to ground it to this, but there's nothing but problems on any trailer with that, especially a boat trailer. And on top of that, this is a tilt boat trailer that has a latch up here. You can see that, but the whole back of it tilts. So I chose to run a separate ground wire. Every light's grounded, including the Hammerhead lights. I tapped into that ground wire I showed you guys earlier and ran that all the way up. That way, hopefully, we won't have any problems with lights down the road. Most of the time, when you ride with someone, they're having problems with their trailer lights, always working on them. A lot of times, it's just because they've chosen to ground everything to the trailer frame. I know it works great on cars. It just doesn't work good on trailers. They get minimal maintenance, they get used, they get abused, they get dipped in water. So that's just a tip. I meant to mention that earlier. But hope you guys like these lights. If you want to do them yourself, these PVC tees are like under $1 each. The lights are, I want to say, $8 each. Something around that. Harbor Freight. You can get them even cheaper if you buy them in bulk online. If you get them from Tractor Supply, I think they're like 14 bucks, maybe 12 or 14 bucks. I have 2 different styles, I think, on those. And they make them with LEDs like 3 dots, and they make them like really bright or whatever. These are just, I don't think it's anything too fancy, but they do the job. So, you know, you got $8 a light, $16, $32. So maybe 34 bucks if you already have the poles on your trailer. And I think that is, I think it's worth it. It looks nice. Gets people's attention if they're driving around you. So anyway, that's it. Me and Charlie are out for the night. See you later.